Hello,
Hello? Hello?
can you hear us? Oop, no, we don't want that on.
We don't want the speakers on? Yes, we do.
Steve, can you hear us now?
Okay. Video. Record.
Oh, wait, see where it says Steve and it's got an X there? If you click out of that.
But Steve has his microphone on.
Oh.
Well, you wouldn't, but is he answering that?
Like it's showing, it's registering us.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
tell him to unmute you. You're muted, Steve,
You were muted.
so he's hearing us. There. No, muted again. You're muted again.
ask to unmute.
So
And how about now?
Here we
There
go.
are.
You might have to.
Perfect.
see if you showed up in person, you wouldn't have these technical difficulties.
Man, I usually do it on my laptop, but today's been a day, so you got me on a cell phone, and there's very little options when you're on your cell phone for this thing, apparently.
Okay,
There we are.
there, now we're all connected.
All right, called order, moved by Cassandra and second by Lees. The meeting be opened at 5:02. All in favor? Carried. Adoption of the agenda, moved by Lees, second by Cassandra, of the draft agenda that dated for May 6, 2024, be adopted and as prepared. All in favor? Carried. Alright, any disclosure of carrying interest? Moved by Cassandra, second by Lees, that the minutes of the Recreation and Fitness Committee of April 8th, 2024 be adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Staff report, trade show.
So the trade show, it went pretty well, I would say.
Oh,
Definitely
yes.
building more success each year. All of the vendors that I spoke to said it was worth their time to come out,
Oh, good,
which I was, you never want to waste, especially a
No.
business's time.
right,
So that was actually really positive, just positive feedback overall from everyone. The only suggestion for next year to change is to make it a little bit shorter. Maybe start, even just like start earlier, so start at maybe 9 and then go to maybe like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock kind of.
To
Yeah.
this.
But it was, yeah, a little bit too long, but outside of that, really positive feedback. And
Okay.
charging for the vendors' tables was positive. It helped us cover our costs.
oh, good,
And the presentations weren't as well attended, but there was, again, room to make adjustments for next year, to do like announcements of when they're happening and just push them a little bit more. But anyone that attended the presentations had great things to say about them. So
Yeah,
overall, pretty happy.
good.
that's good.
So it'll be bigger next year.
Yeah.
Good,
Natalie says.
what's that, sorry?
Natalie's resignation letter is the next, I believe.
Oh, moved by Lee, second by Cassandra, that the Recreation and Fitness Committee recommends to council to accept Natalie Burton's resignation letters from the committee. That the letter be sent thanking her for her service and that advertisement be placed on the website for members to sit on the committee. All in favor? Carried.
We'll get that.
I'll just put a check mark with you. And put Carrie beside it. Kind of stuff confused me there. Non-motion to the session.
So community garden would be the next item
Okay,
to get organized. So are you guys familiar with the community garden?
No.
At all?
No.
Okay, so it's at the corner of Lebesque and Gagnon, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
so we are responsible for getting volunteers out there to help maintain it kind of thing. Public Works will plant it. But it's kind of our responsibility to get volunteers out there to make sure that it's maintained and that we're getting as much out of it as we possibly can. I have
Okay.
spoken to the school, and they're interested in working with us and having a little bit of a program set up through the school. We just need to get
Something
get the
planned.
stuff in there.
Okay.
What are we planting?
And that's the thing, does anyone here have more expertise than me who's able to kill like cactus?
Your cactus.
Then yes.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we can, definitely help out. I mean, my wife has a big garden,
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
so. Yeah, I mean, if we have extra stuff we can plant.
Like little seedlings,
Seedlings.
you can just,
Tomato plants and stuff like that, cause she always does a bunch of extras, so. We can get some, and then we can, like, seeds are cheap, so
Mhm,
Yeah.
just gotta get the ground worked and,
yeah. Yeah, so if we wanted, I don't know if we want to, or how it was done in the past, that if we organize a day where we all just kind of go and do it, so get it done in one shot.
yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be good to get it all planted. I mean, they're not that big, so,
No,
I
No.
mean, you can plant that in no time.
Where is it again?
Levette Street and Gagnon.
Is it Lebec?
I'm
You know the
pretty-
road going down to Samson's, is that?
Yeah.
Is that
Mhm.
Lebec?
I-
Anyways,
I don't
it's
know if it's
there,
the back, but I
and
know where
and
it is.
Daniel.
Yeah.
you'll see that
That's
there's
the thing.
a
I was
white-
curious.
Yeah.
there's like still a white toad in the corner where they use for watering, and you'll see like 3 or 4 dirt plots.
Who does the one in Rutherglen? Is that the town?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
there's not a community garden, but there's some gardens in there.
Yeah.
Oh, in those boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's for us. But yeah, so I've reached out to a couple people about that, but I think it would be beneficial if we could plan a day
Okay.
that we could,
well, yeah, I guess, are we, when's the next rec?
We're gonna-
June,
It's too late.
too late.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we should stop and kind of measure it up, see what we got, so we can kind of know what we need, right?
For
Mhm.
sure.
Maybe I'll measure it up and I'll drop you an
June
email,
3rd.
and then
Yeah.
we can kind of coordinate through Cassandra and kind of get an idea what we want to plant and.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
for
that be
sure.
worth sending something out in the?
Yeah, and there's something going out in the newsletter.
And, you know,
with
even,
that, Yeah,
and if you could put a post on Facebook. if
Oh,
anybody
yes.
has Extra,
yeah,
extra plants or,
yeah, and I've reached out to a number of the local businesses about it. I haven't heard back yet.
Yeah.
From them.
but there's a lot of people that have gardens here that will have extra plants.
Mhm.
Cause you
Yeah.
always start extras in case.
Yes.
Things go.
So I'll reach out to people like that too and get a post out there.
Yeah.
You said you'd measure it up, let me know where we're at. Thank you, appreciate it.
The library ran a seed exchange before, and then they ran some programs as well. So I don't know if it's worth reaching out to the library, but they seem to always want to be involved in different programming. So they might be a good one for this.
Okay,
Well, they've
perfect.
got the seed.
Seed
Thing.
giveaway, yeah.
Seed library.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll speak to them again,
Yeah,
yeah.
you bring them seed.
Yeah, cause I think there's 5, I think there's 4 across front and 1 across the back. There's other 4
Five,
or
I think it's 5.
It's 5, okay. So, yeah,
Yeah,
so I'll just see how big they're, I don't think they're too big. I mean, I know there used to be boxes and Public Works took the boxes away from the edges, so now they're just kind of
yeah,
slumping over.
a little bit, yeah.
So I think we should look into maybe next year, like get them planted this year, but next year we should look into getting some wood back around and making boxes back around, because it's a lot nicer when it's a raised garden. You can work,
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
yeah, and you know, the seniors housing is right there, and I would think some of them seniors would want to come
Well,
over and
that's a
just
good
play
idea,
around
too.
in the garden.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because they don't have their gardens anymore.
right,
That's a great
So-
idea.
yeah, so I would reach out to them, or we could talk to Donna and reach out to seniors, the senior housing and. You know, advertise over there that there's a garden over there, they can go weed it, they can do whatever they want to.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, if we have a flyer or something, I'll put it in at the Golden Eat.
Yeah, yeah, I'll get one up.
Yeah, again. I
Yeah.
mean, it's something nice, and like I said, we made all raised boxes, so you're not bent over and you can kind of make your own soil, so it's not so weedy.
Mhm.
It's a nice thing when you don't have to sit there and weed for hours.
Yeah.
Okay,
And this is vegetables, right?
Yeah.
vegetables,
Yeah.
herbs, stuff like, especially this year with the cost of food.
Oh.
Yeah, it's nice because, I mean, like, again, the seniors is right there, they can walk over and
yeah, for
cook some
sure.
stuff for dinner
sure.
and.
Yeah,
I mean, cause I know, and it's in their previous that they'd have a hard time getting rid of the stuff, but I
Mhm.
mean, being with the seniors bill right there, I mean, I'm sure they'll walk over, it'd be nice just to go pick some.
With lettuce. it's
Absolutely.
Yes.
Lettuce,
49
cucumber,
ahead.
yeah.
yeah,
You won't have
exactly.
trouble getting it.
Well, I know buying like a whole thing of like cilantro or whatever, and then you only need.
Need a little.
Yes.
Yeah, so then this way, there's no, you're not wasting.
And the nice thing about spinach and stuff, you can just go cut what you need and it just keeps
That's right.
growing, right?
Yeah,
You don't have to take the whole plant.
We also have a very developed store now with their menu items between subs and pizzas and stuff like that. I wonder if between Raleigh and the subs shop, the store, maybe even Dinner Bell, I wonder if any of them want to maybe run their own garden in one of them or sponsor it, or use some of the stuff that gets grown, something like that. I'm sure they would all want to be involved in one way or the other.
Good.
good idea.
And if we're gonna do, we could look at like, in the fall planting fall garlic.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it comes up so it's coming, like mine's all coming up now in the spring,
Spring.
right? So something like that, we could look ahead a little bit.
yeah,
Plant some fall garlic and, cause you can just buy bulbs from a local person around here and then you can just plant the
Mhm.
clothes off the bulb.
yeah, that's smart with the fall.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like. It's gonna need your help. I feel like this is. Thank you.
No, I was gonna get my wife and say, major. And well, Santana's taking that, she's like, that's what she went to school for,
The horticulture?
yes.
Oh. Get her in here.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe reach out to her and then see if she can lend some expertise.
Okay,
I got lots of compost with that neat little machine and keep making it.
Oh,
I
you
don't know
know,
what-
you know,
well, we always will need.
Oh, I've got a great big
Compost.
Walmart bag full, just.
we can shake it on there and mix it in.
Yeah.
This is why we have the conversation. Well, we figure out where everyone has stuff.
Yeah, no, it's good.
But yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity, especially if we can get something set up with the kids from the school. I know my school had one growing up, a community garden. And it was really great, especially for the kids that weren't on a farm, that they could
Exactly,
get
I
that
would have
experience.
loved to.
There's
be
so
there.
many kids that they don't have an idea where their food, like, you put a seed in the ground.
Yeah,
and you get
yeah, yes.
something out of it, right? That's,
Yeah, and it's really cool to grow your own food and then to eat it, so. I'm really excited to get that set up.
yeah, I mean, and next year I have a sawmill, so I can mill the lumber for the bed, for the boxes.
Okay.
And then, community day,
Yeah, so Community Day, June 1st. The Bonfield Farmers Market is going to be setting up in the covered rink. If it
Oh, good.
rains, yeah, it's great. Deborah had reached out and she wanted to be really part of the day, which is great. It's the whole idea of the day.
Mhm.
The case would be moving their yard sale in there if it rains. Otherwise, that will just stay where it is,
Case.
kind of thing,
yeah,
but it's all within walking distance,
Nice.
kind of thing. So if you know anyone that wants to set up a table.
because you're not having any fees, because council like waived the fees for the ring, so she's not charging any fees for tables.
Oh.
Yeah, so either reach out to Deborah for the vendors market or reach out to the case for the yard sale. try
Yeah,
to
she's
move
done a
that.
really great job with the farmer's market.
Oh, yeah, it's coming along,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's,
She's putting in a lot of work.
yeah, and good for her. I mean, we do
Yeah.
that and she wants to move it outside.
Yeah.
and So,
Nice.
and I mean, I think as spring moves into summer, I mean, there's gonna start being produce and
Mhm.
stuff there.
For
and-
sure.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna go.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's going on, otherwise for Community Day, I think we're in good shape. There's just not a whole lot of legwork for us on that one.
did we talk to the Lions about the garbage pickup day?
Alan and I have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay,
To go over that, to go over Canada Day, to go
okay.
nail
No, I
down
just,
all of the,
I knew we brought it up
Yeah.
last and it would be good to, if we could piggyback with them
Mhm.
and, you know, do it strategically where we can. And 2024 events,
Canada Day.
Canada Day.
oh, Canada Day, sorry.
Yeah, so we need to get like, Steve wanted to get a concrete schedule down of who's doing what kind of thing. With two of our members not here, it's harder to commit them to certain things.
Well,
Guess
guess what you're doing Canada Day?
right, so Steve, did you have an idea here?
Maybe we can do this by email.
Okay,
But obviously, Canada Day is a super busy one. That's kind of our main event that we run, I guess. So it would take the most amount of volunteers and the most hours out of our volunteers. But even all those smaller ones, like what we've done in the past couple, where we've been like, hey, like you and you do this one because it's pretty easy, and I'll do this one and that one, just so that everybody can start to kind of plan their summer a little bit. Canada Day, I would hope that our entire committee is going to be present at one point in time or another and available at one point in time or another for that day.
okay,
Cause then we shortened that up,
yeah, so we're gonna go, I think we settled 11 to 5,
right?
a 6-hour event instead of. Last year it was like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
okay, so,
we shortened that,
yeah, so,
It was
cause we,
hot.
yeah, and we moved the fireworks to the fall time.
right.
Right.
If you, because we don't have those other two here today, is it possible that I just draw up a schedule, we're all on the same email? Or
Yeah.
should we?
No, cause what do we have really that we need to be looking after there?
So we've got the music, the lunch we had decided to do at, I believe, 12.
Yeah, but that's just hot dogs and
Hot
council
dogs.
serving that, right?
Yeah, the parade,
Right,
we were gonna do at 11. But we'd have to have it organized at like 10:30.
yeah, because we need to be back, cause for lunch and the mayor's
Start
address.
serving lunch at 12, then the entertainment, we've got 60 Cycle Hum from 1 to 3. JR Aubertine and Friends from 3 till 5.
Right,
Yeah, but I need to, the library's gonna do their story walk. The Lions, again, I have that meeting again tomorrow with Alan to confirm if
The
they're
duck
going to
race.
do, how they're doing the duck race and when, kind of thing.
yeah, I mean, I think just, like, to me, cause just put down names of, you know, teams, make a couple, some teams and then if somebody can't make it that time, we can switch it around and
Okay,
switch and see.
is there any
I'm good
preference
all
that you
day.
guys have
I don't know
for
which you.
Morning.
morning? Okay,
And being a shorter day, it doesn't matter.
So
Right.
Canada Day, we booked 60 Cycle Hum from 3 till 5 as like our main entertainment.
okay. Yeah, okay, sorry, yeah. 3 to 5 for them.
Is that what you had?
Sorry?
Is that what you had as well?
Yeah. I've just
Okay.
put it in here, I put it backwards.
Okay.
5 to 3. Thank you.
Okay, so you're available all
All
day.
day, yeah.
Dan, you're all day.
I mean, we need extras. My wife will be with me, so she can have. I just volunteered.
And Steve, are for the axe throwing and stuff, okay, so first of all, when it comes to the face painting, did we finalize that?
Well, kinda, yes and no. She's super short staffed as well and has a few events, so she's hoping that she can do both, but currently has just committed to face painting for a couple hours, but she's hoping that she can find somebody else that can come and do balloon animals as well.
Okay, what time did she commit to?
1 to 3, I believe, so far, but like I could have got like the prime minister here easier than the balloon maker and face painter on Canada Day. It's a tough go, but
Well, you need somebody that can paint. I mean, is there a special?
No, but, yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
are you volunteering?
Are you volunteering for balloon animals?
No, but I can find somebody that can paint.
so I'll keep working on her. Unfortunately, there's not many other people that do that out here. And you know, Canada Day, everybody is booked solid, right?
Mhm. We had decided to go ahead with the reptile camp though show, I believe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so-
Yeah, and you guys are still able to do that?
Yeah, I have myself and staff committed to axes and reptiles for the course of the day.
Sorry?
I have staff and myself committed to axes and reptiles for the course of the day.
Okay.
Who puts on the games? Is that us?
The Lions Club, I believe, had done it before.
Oh, okay.
And are they opening? Did they have the little canteen open last time?
I had asked the
Oh, wow.
auxiliary if
Auxiliary.
they were doing it. I have to get back from them.
Okay.
And then yeah,
What's the
the,
Sorry, guys. The lunch canteen there before was run by the food bank and by their volunteers. And the money that they raised for it just went back into the food bank. So I think that's how the Lions got involved a little bit, was helping the food bank. So it was always Denise.
oh, Denise Rameau, okay. Okay, and then the library is gonna do a story walk, I believe. The Lions, I think the caboose and the duck race, the games, how did that work last year with the games?
I'm looking, I'm not even sure what games are there.
Do you know?
I know we didn't have the bouncing castle.
It used to be Golden Age, and then for a while it was the Lions. But like everybody is spread pretty thin on that day. And all the organizations were kind of already involved, so they've kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. But both those organizations have run it in the past.
And what kind of games did they put on?
They did like little carnival games. The one year they got a ton of donations and they bought like little dollar store toys as prizes. And they ran like a passport system. If the kids went to each booth and asked a question or got their passport stamped or whatever, they could come back and cash it in to pick a toy. Some of it was like they had to play a game of giant Jenga. Some of it was that they had to play a lawn bowling game, like all these different stations.
Okay,
Horseshoes.
the horseshoes, unfortunately, the case can't run it this year. Lise
So
can't make it, and she tried to reach out to another rancher to get anyone to come out and run it. So unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have someone set up to run that.
Correct. Well, we'll see, something comes up, see if we get somebody fill that void or whatever.
Yeah.
And then 2024 events,
I think our main focus right now, it has to be Canada Day.
Yeah.
And getting that organized.
Yeah.
Steve, any
I
thoughts?
think, are we going to try and organize a drive-in, a movie night?
I had, again, reached out to Lisa, but I haven't heard back from her.
So if he hasn't responded, then I would say we try and either do our own at a sponsored rate so that we can pay for a decent screen and do it at the covered rink. But I wouldn't keep pushing her because we've already asked a couple times, and I think
Yeah.
there's a bit of a disconnect there now, right? So
Yeah.
if we're going to try and run it, I think we just look at like the other costs associated with bringing a giant screen in and running it is around $1,500 for the night. But it'd be a far bigger screen and better sound. We could run it right at the park. But I mean, charging to get to that is not going to work. So we would need to rely on some sort of an event sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah, cause there's that company that always puts it up at the mall in North Bay, right?
Yeah, so like Celebrations does it, like Kyle Sell, and we've worked with them before. There's another one out of Sudbury that do it. They're both about $1,500 because the licensing is about 500.
Right.
So
How do the people do it at the track?
She would have a license for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can start putting the feelers out and see what it's gonna be worth. And
like I'd love to do a big one at the park with a covered rink, and then it's not really weather orientated, not really a drive-in, just a bring your own lawn chair type deal. And put a movie on, and we could invite either the food bank or the auxiliary or some sort of group to barbecue and sell hot dogs and make popcorn and candy bags and that kind of stuff. I think would be a fun event for sure. But
When did you want to do that?
well, we used to run the movie night in August.
Okay.
It was like I think it was a Saturday night in August.
like mid-August,
Yeah, somewhere around in there. And it's an easy run to run as long as we can get somebody to pay for it, right?
Mhm.
But I mean, there's enough people around that have offered to help with sponsoring stuff before. We seem to always end up going to the case. We haven't sent them a letter yet for the summer camp, and they were asking the other day. So we might want to get that out to them.
Okay.
They might want to sponsor this, and maybe we could get, maybe this or the restaurant or something like that, right?
if it's $1,500, we get 50 cars, $30 a car, I mean, pretty much covers our cost. Or I guess you can go by per person. If you're doing it in the covered rink, we can lower the price. I'm sure we're gonna get more than 50 people.
Yeah. When we ran it before at the track, it was free. And then people bought their snacks from the track and stuff like that. So it depends on what we want to try and do with the event. If we want to do it with a cost associated with, I'm fine. Like nothing, it doesn't always have to be free in Bonfield. And that's what I've been trying to promote for a couple of years now, that we could run very quality recreational programs for very cheap compared to everywhere else, but
Mhm.
still make it even, if not revenue neutral, even make a little bit of money on it. Charging, $10 for an adult and $5 for a kid will cover some of the costs for sure. And would still be a fun event.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was kind of thinking, $10, and yeah, it's a good idea, $5 for a child, and then you see where we land, I guess, this year.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it's
like,
about 15.
I think our community does more free events than any other community ever. So, putting a small fee to some of this stuff, we're still donating all of our time. We're still donating the actual, like the outdoor rink, the park. We're still trying to get sponsors involved. We're still trying to do something good for the community and bringing in, either the auxiliary or the food bank or whatever, so that they can make a bit of money and they can promote themselves. Like, still doing a good thing, but it doesn't always have to be free, right? There are hard, real costs to running these events and a lot of time and effort that, we should start looking at monetizing some of these.
Well, and if you don't have to drive to North Bay, there's savings right there.
I know myself, I like to put money into the community itself.
Absolutely,
Like,
yes.
I would rather do that. And when we look at the trade show charging the $25, that was the difference between us spending a bunch of money on it and covering our costs.
Right.
It was really good to see, for
Yeah.
sure.
We don't have to make a ton of money, but just covering our costs.
And that's it. I think is a good starting
And
point.
maybe, like I said, maybe a little bit, then down the road, you don't have to charge as much.
Right.
You got a little bit in reserves.
Or if we wanted to get a, say like a sign, there's been talk of getting just like, like really a trade show sign
Right.
kind of thing, but it would be like a generic Bonfield
Right,
one that you could put out front of events so people see it and they're like, oh, something's happening,
Yeah,
Yeah.
any little things like that, but those little things cost money.
for sure.
yeah, no, I agree.
Like Farmer said. If she doesn't have to call horse rides, cause she calls for the
Mhm.
Rock and Horse. She's not there that day, she can do face painting.
Oh, for Canada Day?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well.
all right, anything else, Steve, that,
And then just the end of the year fireworks one is super easy.
Yep.
Reptile Camp will donate staffing to run games. We'll, divert our fireworks to that night. And then whether we want to try and bring in a band or somebody to play some music or something. Last year we used Jude Zapala, did a great job. I know a lot of people, that would do something like that for a couple hours, maybe before dusk, right? Just so that it's not like show up in the dark, we do fireworks and then you go home.
yeah,
Yeah,
people
no, it was
show
good
up
last
and-
year with
Yeah.
with someone singing or a band
what
or
was the
something.
name of the band, sorry?
It was just fun.
Last year we just used Jude Zapata,
Okay,
just like a young kid, like he's on his own. But I think he did it for $300. Council actually paid for it last year because we really just kind of threw that together between the fire ban. We had all these fireworks and we haven't used them yet, so we just really scrambled to add that event in. But people liked it at the end of the summer, so now we're kind of running with that. So we just got to book some entertainment and then ask whoever we're going to ask to run the canteen for that night. Between the food bank, the Lions Club, or maybe the library. We've never asked to run something like that, or maybe the auxiliary fire department. Somebody in Bonfield to run candy bags and popcorn and sell pop and stuff. We can donate the canteen for the night. The freezer and fridge is in there. So we just need somebody committed to make a bunch of that stuff and sell it. They'll make money on it for sure.
perfect.
Why don't we do that?
I'm sorry,
Why don't we do that?
well, we
Are
can
we
help.
not allowed?
We can help out, but it's nice if the food bank's running it, that the money goes back to the.
Well,
food bank
yeah.
Kind of thing.
The
and
food
not
bank,
only-
but I kind of agree.
That'd
The
cover
food
our
bank is
costs.
one thing, but we could, if we did it, then that would offset the cost for the movies next year.
Yeah,
Right, like it would go back to us.
You go back to us and
Okay.
then goes towards the movie
Right,
for next year.
So
okay,
yeah, I'm not opposed to that at all. All the events that we've run, we've tried to push the canteen off because we're not shopping, we're not there, we're not staffing it, responsible for cooking it, handling the money, right? It was just an easy thing like, hey, you guys do good things in Bonfield as well, so you run this, and then it's one less thing we had to worry about.
yeah,
But I'm totally fine with trying to run it. It 100% would make money, but we would need to, get a decent amount of volunteers and put some effort into to make it work, right?
what kind of items would you want for the movie night, just popcorn?
So the auxiliary fire department did it last year. They sold out a pop. They brought a ton of juice. They bought chips and chocolate bars. They did candy bags. They sold out of them, and they brought a ton of popcorn and sold out of that. I think running hot dogs is super easy as well.
Popcorn machine.
A popcorn machine, yeah.
Who has that?
Usually you can rent one. We know
I
a
think
couple
Jason-
people that.
Doesn't the township have one? Jason's got it, I think.
Yeah, and I have
The
a,
township doesn't have one. Jason's work has one, and
Oh,
he's borrowed it a few times for a few events.
yeah, that's fine.
I have a cotton candy machine that we can use.
I would almost think if we're gonna do it, you should almost show hot dogs on there. We can bring a barbecue.
Well,
Not
the township has a barbecue.
too much.
no,
The more you have, the longer they stand there trying to decide.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think like a
Yeah,
hot
so
dog,
to have a hot dog,
popcorn.
like,
Hot dogs are
couple
easy.
choices.
yeah, hot dogs, popcorn, juice and pop. And, you know, chips and chocolate bar, whatever, they're easy, right?
Mhm. Okay,
I mean, these are just ideas, I mean, maybe that won't go anywhere, but
first we'd have to figure out actually getting the movie night going, because if Lisa takes it on, then great,
right.
easy
Oh,
peasy.
Well, I mean, how long, so you've reached out a couple times, I mean, I would think you would have to book sooner than later, like to try and get a movie theater,
Yeah.
movie for here, so.
Yeah,
And we're talking about two different events, right? We're talking about the canteen
yeah,
for the firework night.
yeah,
And now we're back to maybe the canteen for the
yeah,
movie night.
okay.
So the
Well, the
movie night,
canteen could be, yeah.
I don't think, like, movie night, maybe but the fireworks, maybe we should try running it.
Okay.
Movie night, let's let the food, let them, see
Okay,
if everybody else wants it.
okay,
So Delight said she can come for the first.
for-
Face
oh, perfect. All right,
That just acrylic paint, just the bottle paint, I don't know.
no, it would be like a special, face paint.
Face paint.
So we gotta get face paint.
But we had, Tickled Teal was gonna do the face painting.
Well, like I said, we have nothing signed or organized, or we haven't paid a deposit, anything like that. If somebody from the community wants to do it, then I'm just as happy to do that for sure. It's
Okay.
been a little difficult to try and schedule. So,
So she's able
Yes.
to commit to it?
Yeah,
We just have to find out where you get face paint.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you have to get specific stuff
Yeah.
for the faces. Especially.
Is that Halloween store up another time? In the month?
I'm not sure, but.
do we have a date for the firework night?
Sorry?
Excuse me, do we have a date for the firework night? Is it the Saturday of Labor Day? Is that what we did, or did we do it the week before?
No, it was the Saturday, I wanna say second
This is the end of August or September?
September, the,
Oh, yeah, that's the, what's going on that weekend? Smoke and
Oh.
Spurs and Calvin. What that is too,
okay, yeah,
so maybe if we picked a day that was. Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, do you think that's gonna pull from this crowd?
I
don't
think
know.
they're different crowds.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You did it on the Saturday last year?
I believe so, yeah.
I
of
think we
Labor
did
Day
on this,
weekend.
I think we did on a Saturday. And then is there other fireworks going on that weekend? No.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Probably
do,
not too many.
yeah, do the Saturday and
Okay. So, and is that the second?
The Saturday of that would be the 31st,
Of August? Oh,
because Labor Day is Monday the 2nd.
oh, okay, that's why I had the second. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Okay. So.
it's fine.
Well, I think we've got it. You're gonna help out with getting the community garden rocking.
Yes. In between that and mine and that one, yeah,
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's just like an extension, right?
Yeah.
All help, we
good.
tried pile, so.
Yeah, and community day, we're in good shape. Canada Day, I'll draw up a.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
if the
let's-
timetable doesn't work for someone, they can speak up
Yeah,
and move stuff
yeah.
around and.
We do only have one other meeting before Canada Day.
Right.
So we need to make sure that for that one especially that we're hitting the ground running with that. Look into the movie night. We'll do the canteen at the end of year, but leave that open to someone else if we do the movie night.
Right. Yeah, and then you're gonna talk to Alan about cleanup day,
Yeah,
and then you can just email everybody.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Steve?
No, I think we're good. I'll look for entertainment then for the firework night.
Yeah, and yeah, if you, because you seem to be good at that.
I'll find someone.
All right. Moved by Cassandra, second by Lee's, that this meeting be adjourned. All in favor? Carried.
Okay, thank you.